Here with Brandon Slay, just finishing up a freestyle practice. And today's date's April 15th, so the first thing I gotta go is how taxing was the practice you just put these guys through? And how bad was that joke?
So today's practice we're about 1 week, approximately 1 week out of the U.S. Open, was what I call high intensity and low volume, which means they were in and out of here in 1 hour, and they only wrestled for about probably 12 minutes total live. But that was a mix between 2-minute goes and 15-second goes. So it was taxing, but not long.
Well, did you get your taxes done on time?
Fortunately, my wife is a CPA, so yes, we got them done on time.
And coming into, like you said, high intensity, low amount of actual mat time in terms of competitions, scenarios. I saw you guys working on a lot of situations like leg clinches and things like that. How important is drilling those situations over and over and over before a big event?
Drilling those freestyle situations is extremely important. For example, for a guy like Angel Escobedo, who's an NCAA champion, he's in here training with us for a week before the U.S. Open. So he just came out of a full collegiate season. In many ways, 4 years of collegiate. So for him to come in here right now to do these clinches, these situations on the edge, is very, very important for him because in many ways he's kind of still in a collegiate mindset. So that has to be switched in these last 2 weeks for him going to the U.S. Open.
Now, what were you pleased with today, the guys that were in here and practicing?
I was extremely pleased in their intensity, just what I asked them to do. I said, it's a very short period of time. Let's be as intense as possible. I don't want to hear any griping, any moaning. I don't want to see guys laying around going, act like they're tired. Don't show me you're tired. Don't act like you're tired. It's going to be in and out, and you're going to feel great tonight and good tomorrow. And they did that perfectly.
How's the preparation leading into the Open and then with the trials, a month and a half away? How do you train for those two cycles to peak at the right time?
So ideally, our major term of the year is the World Championships, which is in Moscow in September. So we keep that in mind, but we really kind of want to have 3 peaks. You want to have a mini peak going into the U.S. Open, and then you really want to peak to higher level going to the World Team Trials, and of course taking our World Team and our major highest quality peak needs to be the World Championship. So I kind of see it as kind of U.S. Open peak, recover, peak at the World Team Trials, recover, and then really ramp it up
so
to the World
the
Championships.
Pike's peak of peaking is the World Championship.
Sure, and you're in the right place for peaking around here.
Well, there's a pretty big one outside. In terms of the World Team Trials coming back to Council Bluffs, what are your opinions on maybe the site, the venue, what was like last year, and what you guys are looking for, not just from a performance standpoint, but from a coaching look around in a fan support type of situation?
I think the positive for guys that wrestled in the tournament last year, it's always nice to go back to the same venue because you felt it. You know what it's like inside. You know what the mats are going to be set up like. So I think it's positive from that perspective. I think always wrestlers are wanting to wrestle in the midst of a passionate, fan-filled arena. And so I hope this year, with better getting the word out more, Council Bluffs, we can get some more fans from the Iowa area and specifically in the Nebraska area because it's the World Team Trials. The best guys in the country wrestle to make a world team, and our guys deserve to have thousands of people screaming for them. So I hope we can have some more people this year in Council Bluffs.
So you went through a pretty big crowd with the Olympic trials in 2000. So how much more does that feed to the wrestler? Obviously, you was kind of your hometown type of scenario, but as far as guys like the Paulsons who were from right there.
Yeah, to answer your question, being Dallas, it was my home court advantage because I was the only Texan in the whole tournament. So that was kind of good for me. And I think we had, exact number, 12 to 14,000 people there for the finals. Now that's a great crowd to wrestle in front of, and that gets you kind of fired up to go out there and wrestle hard. But if you have 1,000 people, 2,000 people in a big arena, it's just not as much passion. So I hope going to Council Bluffs we can get some more people this year, and because Council Bluffs, Iowa, seemingly that's one of the
there's wrestlers out in front of the building.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get some more people there this year. And my thing is if we're getting 14,000 people in the Lone Star State, we might need to go back there for 2012.